Oh, it's fabulous. I mean, not only are we looking good, but the drives are also looking fairly good, especially from this vantage point. This is the 5. That's at northbound drive as you make your way towards the Coronado Bridge on-ramp and even into downtown towards the curve. So far, so good there. Let's go ahead and switch gears and see what's happening up in the North County. This is the 15 Poway Road as you make your way towards that 163 interchange, maybe headed towards Rancho Bernardo, Rancho Penasquitos, Forest Ranch. Let's go ahead and zoom on into the North County. That's where we're tracking a crash that may slow things down for you through the Bonsall area, and this is before Via Montellano. And this is right along the 76 westbound. All right, let's go ahead and pull up some of those travel times as you make your way in from the North County headed south. 12 to 14 minutes shooting in from Oceanside and Escondido. If you're traveling full span of the 78, we do have some slowing. Most of it is bottlenecked near Nordal, and then it starts to increase once you get towards San Marcos. 3 to 7 minutes on the 94, the 8, as well as the 52. And last but not least, here's what it looks like coming in from the South Bay. South Bay, always a problem, anywhere between 15 to 20 to get you northbound. And that's coming in from San Isidro and National City at last check. Back to you guys. In case you're visiting, yeah, let's say headed towards Mission Bay. Maybe you're going to SeaWorld this morning. That's what that drive on the 5 looks like. 805, this is a northbound drive as you exit Chula Vista, headed towards the 15 connector, eventually into South Park and North Park on the CAD, but I'm just seeing it from this camera. Take you over to the 76. That's where we're continuing to track this crash in the Bonsall area. It's on the right shoulder on the 76 westbound at Via Montellano, and that's slowing things down as you make your way, let's say, out of Bonsall, headed towards the Oceanside area. 12 to 15 minutes. So right now things are starting to pick up coming in from Escondido down to the 163 merge on the 15 south. 3 to 7 minutes, still not too bad of a drive coming in from Lemon Grove as well as the College neighborhood. We are slow and go. Most of the slowing between the 125 all the way towards Mast, and then coming in from the South Bay about 15 to 20, headed in from San Isidro and National City on the 5 and the 805. Full span of the Coronado Bridge, though, still in pretty good shape, under 5 minutes to get you to the city of Coronado coming in from Barrio Logan this morning. All right, back in the South Bay this weekend, I did not see any rain. I didn't see a single drop. 7:27 is the time. Let's go ahead and start things off with a live look outside. That's the 5 in both directions at Old Town Ave. Bonsall on the 76 right before you get to Via Montellano, and that's going to slow things down for you as you're making your way towards Oceanside. Here's what it looks like. In fact, coming in from Oceanside, 15 minutes for you. All right, we will be back after these messages. Myself and Charlie. 7:39 is the time. Let's go ahead and start things up in the North County on the 15, where it looks like we are tracking a crash, and so the slowing is all the way down to Villa Rancho, and then once you get past that activity, the speed starts to increase. And that typically happens anytime we see a crash, usually gridlock through that area. On the right shoulder in Bonsall, we're still tracking this crash on the 76 right at Via Montellano, and that's as you make your way out of the Bonsall area, headed west towards Oceanside. All right, this is what it looks like on the 5 in both directions this morning. Pretty nice coming in and out of the Old Town area. Meanwhile, we're seeing our fair share of slowing coming in from Chula Vista, headed northbound towards Home Avenue. This is typical for this time of day. Most of the slowing starts at the 54 stop and go as you make your way all the way up towards National City. On the 78, we are gridlocked, a parking lot right now coming in from Escondido as you make your way towards San Marcos. Let's go ahead and pull up those travel times. Not too bad, 15 to 20 to get you southbound in from Oceanside and Escondido. Meanwhile, here's what it looks like coming in from the East County as you make your way west. About a 10-minute ride coming in from Lemon Grove to downtown San Diego as you make your way through the South Park and Golden Hill area. We're seeing our fair share of slowing coming in from Santee, most of the slowing all the way up to about Mast. And then once you get up the summit, those speeds start to increase as you eventually make your way down to Tierra Santa. It's slow and go coming in from National City up to the 8 near the Point Loma area. Traveling through downtown, 20 minutes, average speeds about 35 miles per hour. Full span of the Coronado Bridge headed to the city of Coronado in from downtown. Not too bad at all, about 5 minutes, average speeds about 35 miles per hour. Eric?
All right,
But I got good news. We have steady speeds. However, we're tracking a few crashes that are slowing things down through certain pockets. So we have one on the 8 right at Greenfield Drive, slowing things down all the way down to Los Coches. And this is going to slow things down as you make your way towards El Cajon. We are continuing to follow this crash. This is on the 15 South right at Villa Rancho. And this is coming in from Escondido as you make your way out of Escondido, headed towards the 163 connector. And then we have this one blocking the right shoulder in Bonsall on the 76 76 West right at Via Monteano. As we take a quick look at some of your travel times, this is what it looks like coming in from the North County. CBS8.com is where you can find more traffic and weather alerts. We'll be back after the warning signs. All right, a crash is blocking the right shoulder in El Cajon on the 8th. This is right before you hit Greenfield Drive, slowing things down all the way to Los Coches. This is going to slow things down if you're making your way towards El Cajon via the 8, maybe coming from Johnstown. We also have another crash that we're tracking, this one on the 15 at Via Rancho. It's going to slow things down as you make your way in from Escondido this morning. We're usually seeing slowing this time of day, so that's going to tackle on additional brake tapping as you make your way southbound towards the 163. Look out for this one. We have a crash blocking the right shoulder in Bonsall on the 76 West right at Via Monteano. And that's as you make your way towards Oceanside. Speaking of Oceanside, to get you in from that neighborhood down to Encinitas, about a 15-minute travel time. Escondido down to the 163 merge. We're tracking about a 20-minute drive for you, and then about 22 full span of the 78 coming in from the 15 to the 5. Here's what it looks like for that travel coming in from the East County headed west, about 5 to 10 minutes right now out of Lemon Grove and the College neighborhood, 10 minutes meanwhile out of Santee on the 52. For the most part across our major freeways. We are tracking a couple of crashes on the 15. So if you use the 15 coming in from Escondido, you may want to pay attention. We have one involving 2 cars on the 15 South right at Carmel Mountain before you hit Ted Williams. And then we have another crash, this one on Via Rancho and the right shoulder on the 15 right at Via Rancho Parkway, and it's backing things up all the way to Valley Parkway, so right at the 78 split. Speaking of the 15, this is what it looks like. Pretty slow and go coming in from Poway headed southbound towards the 163 connector. We're tracking about a 15 to 20 minute ride coming in from Oceanside and Escondido. Here's what it looks like for those drives in from the East County headed west, about 5 to 10 minutes out of Santee, as well as the College area and Lemon Grove. If you're traveling in from the South Bay, not too bad. Again, typically we see these colors in the red, meaning some significant brake tapping. So it's not too bad. It could be worse. 15 to 20 to get you northbound in from San Isidro, as well as the National City area headed towards the 8 connector. Netta. Over to the East County on the 52, because that's where we're tracking a crash involving semi. This is right at Mast. So typically we see all of our slowing coming in from Santee right up to Mast, and then it flushes out. So you can expect additional timing to get you westbound this morning due to that incident. All right, let's go ahead and give you a live look outside. This is the 15 in both directions coming at your screen is a northbound drive, southbound drive on the right side. As we pull up your travel times coming in from the North County, here's what they look like: 35 to 45 on the 5, all the way to the 15 in terms of speeds. CBS8.com is where you can go to find more traffic and weather updates. We'll be back after this. The Avenue exit, and this is the drive northbound as you make your way towards Sorrento Valley. All right, we are tracking a crash at the top of the Golden Triangle, blocking the right shoulder in Sorrento Valley on the 5 South right before you hit the 805 connector. In fact, you can see a little bit of brake tapping as you make your way up past the 56. We're also tracking another crash, this one blocking the right shoulder on the 52 West right at Mast. I showed you that shot earlier coming in from Santee, but it looks like there's not too much slowing as you're making your way out of Santee headed towards Tierra Santa this morning. Travel times are continuing to slow down, minor slowing though. About a 20-minute drive headed southbound in from Oceanside and Escondido. Here's what it looks like for travel coming in from the East County headed west. Notice how we're all in the green, about 3 to 8 minutes is what we'd love to see. And here's what it looks like coming in from the South Bay headed north, 10 to 15 in from San Isidro and National City. Eric.
All right, still ahead of you.